Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. It's Friday, so that means it's Chibi Friday. I already need a sip of water, what the heck. I guess the sip I had before wasn't enough. Okay, so we are on part 5 of this particular Chibi. It is not just a Chibi animal, which my patrons voted on. It is also 2 random words worked into it. So the random words that I got from the generator were wrap, and then that's why the scarf is here, because it's wrapped up, and agent. And so when I saw agent, I was like, secret agent. So I'm basically calling this an Orca spy. And so I've been, I did ink lines, I did a sketch in pencil, I did ink lines, and then I've done a lot of marker work. I think I'm almost done. I think I want to do a little more blending with the lighter colors, and then I did not finish the tail here before, so that's something else I want to work on today. Oh, Exie, hello! How are you? Good to see you again. Oh, faster than ever. I'm not even 2 minutes in. So good to see you. How are you? What a great Friday this is. Talking to myself for less than 2 minutes. You're already here. There's a little spot on here. I don't know what it is. So, yeah, I think it's mostly just little finishing up with marker. And then I have this stencil, which I'm going to use like this and this to make a sort of interesting water background with some blue markers, I think. And if I get all of that done in the next hour, then I'll start doing some colored pencil, I think. But I'm going to think about it because there's already some things that I'm going to do digitally, like I colored this in and it shouldn't have been this dark. And I think that's actually the only thing. Oh wait, I also wanted to put like a blue overlay over the whole thing to make it look like it's underwater. So I wanted to do that digitally as well. So I might do what I normally do with colored pencil. I might just do that digitally, but we'll see. Colored pencil does have like a nice organic texture as well. So, but we got to finish the markers first. You're all right. Excellent. Oh, I finally saw the movie. It was most excellent. Awesome. I hope that it comes out on some streaming service soon because you're not the only person who has said they're going to see it. And I don't know, people don't seem to get excited about movies around me that much. And so having multiple people being like, yeah, I'm going to go see Avatar. Well, I heard, so the last person I heard from said that this is like the most money that's ever been spent on a movie or something. Or something. It was like, it's like a huge amount of money or something like that. But if it was excellent, then it sounds like that it was money well spent. So that's good. I hope that it's on streaming pretty soon and then I can see it too. Because I don't like to go to the movie theater anymore. People in the movie theaters here always talk during the movie. Or have their phone on and then all you can see is the person in the audience in front of you with the phone screen on. I'm like, come on guys, it's a dark theater. I can't look at anything else but this bright light from the phone. No, I'm just gonna wait a few months until it's on streaming and then I can watch it at home and have my popcorn and my little candy bar and soda and stuff and it'll be just like the theater. Only with no people talking unless we want to talk. What else? Okay, so the other thing I've got going on here is my color palette. Yeah, we'll call it a palette. Keeping track of what colors are what on here. And I need this because I want to smooth these colors on the on the Orca more. So I need the lighter ones. So I believe I need the C1 and the T6. So I'm going to step over and get those real quick. C1 and T6. Oh, that's weird. Apparently I got a sprig of some plant from outside on me because it was on my chair just now. That's interesting. That's kind of festive. A little sprig of, I don't know what this is. One of our evergreen plants. That's funny. Well spent indeed. Oh, good. I know, right? It's so annoying. Thankfully, there was nothing like this in this one. Oh, good. Yeah. Ah, I don't think anyone could take their eyes off the screen. That's good when the movie is so good that people don't do that annoying stuff. Yeah, it sounds really promising. I'm getting kind of excited because everybody around me is getting excited. Well, it's like you and like a couple other people, but still, it feels like everybody. Okay, how am I going to organize my space? Okay, this goes here. Oh, this goes here, and that goes there. And I've got this. I don't think I'll need this today, but I got it open just in case I need any of this stuff out of there. So, without any spoilers, what was your favorite thing in the movie? Like, maybe it was the ending, or maybe there was a cool scene in the beginning, but no spoilers, no spoilers. So if you can't tell me without spoilers, then never mind, but it could be cool to know what to look forward to. Or if the music was really good, that's something else. I love soundtracks. That's my favorite musical genre is soundtracks. So if the music's really good, I'd love to know that too. Though I wouldn't listen to the music until after seeing the movie though. Because I think the reason soundtracks are my favorite genre of music is because I've seen the story, and then when I watch, okay, what am I trying to say? I've seen the story either in a video game or whatever, and then when I listen to the soundtrack, I get to relive it, but just through listening, and I can be doing something else, but still reliving those amazing moments. Okay, so I have smoothed this out as much as it's going to go. Now I'm going to do it on the dark gray areas. And this really dark gray is just sort of sitting on top. That's why it's so shiny. So I'm going to be careful and work from light to dark because I don't want the dark. I have a feeling that since it's just sitting on top, if I work from dark to light, then the whole thing's going to end up super dark and the dark is just going to take over. So work from light to dark. Got the back, got the dorsal fin. Ah, okay. Good idea. No matter how much I would like to talk about it, I won't. I'm afraid I might not be able to stop myself giving spoilers. Overall, I loved everything about it. That's good, though. I guess it's a good sign that there's nothing boring about it, which means you like can't talk about any of it because it's all so good. Or something like that. That's the vibe I'm getting. That's good. I never know what to expect. Well, on purpose, I try not to get any expectations about stuff because I like to just experience it and see. So it's good that it sounds like it's really fulfilling. Or would you say it is a worthy successor to the original movie? The Orca still looks shiny. It's so cool. Yep, it does not. This paper doesn't absorb too much of the marker, so it just sort of sits on top and has this interesting shiny effect. I have no idea what kind of paper this is either, so I cannot replicate this later. Whoo-wee, yep, like I thought, it just takes this really dark stuff and runs with it. Trying to spread it out this way too. To help keep the differentiation between the edge of this flipper and the body. Trying to get a little softer though. It's got a really hard edge. I want it to be a little bit more soft, but I don't have to worry about it too much. Worst case scenario, I could soften it up in Photoshop, you know. Okay, I'm going to, there we go. Just wanted to make sure there wasn't any leftover really dark, what was it, T10 that I used? I want to make sure there's none of that left on the tip of this before I go to this really light spot, because this is actually meant to be the lightest part of the Orca, both from the light logic and also because the face is where you want people to look, so I want that to be the lightest compared to everything else. So should I start with the forehead or should I start with the nosy? I guess I'll turn it upside down and I'll start with the nosy. So I'm thinking about my hand hitting the, this might still be a little wet because of how much of that black marker, well, almost black, T10, so very, very dark gray. Whew, it is just so... Okay. Bring it under the glasses a little bit to be like a shadow cast. And swipe this off again. Make sure it's not too dark and go back to the forehead. And I need to not forget about that flipper down at the bottom, the tail fin. Trying to be super precise right here under the brim of the hat. I can't get it. Ah. My fingernails weren't going under the page. Wow, it's so different. So it's definitely still wet, but it's got a weird... different, oh, it's not focusing. There you go. Weird different kind of pattern going on now that I blended it. This has been an interesting experiment with lots of things that are not familiar to me. I'm not sure if it's a nice successor. It's been some time since the original and I feel like everybody's aware of this so they don't try to be a successor. Okay. That's actually exactly what I was wondering with that question. So, yeah, if it's just trying to be its own thing, I think that's probably for the best because you're right. It's been so long since the first one came out. Like, just the technology to make movies alone is so different and more advanced that it'd be hard to compare. Wouldn't feel like the same movie, maybe. So I've got to use the tinier end of my marker for this tail pattern, but it's kind of hard because not as much ink is coming out from the small end. The big end is like super juicy, and then this one is, it's not dry, but it's definitely not like, it looks like a different color, so that's odd. But I'll just go over it a few extra times to hopefully get that same level of gray that the chisel end is giving. I also got to keep in mind, so I'm going to leave this upper part of this tail fin lighter with the idea that the light is coming over the back of the whale, or not whale, the, I keep calling it a whale because it's a killer whale, but they're not whales, they are dolphins basically. So orca, orca, orca. Trying to keep in mind the light as well. So I'm gonna get these darker ones because I didn't even do any shading on this at all. So let's get a T8 as well. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. I'm glad it focused on its own. I always forget that it's kind of iffy. Like, it's better than my last camera, but it's sometimes it's right on it and it's like focus, and then I move away and it focuses again and it's like yay, and I don't have to do anything, and then I get complacent because I'm used to that, and then it doesn't focus and I don't notice, and then you guys have to watch a blurry video. Sorry I didn't notice it faster. Okay, this one does not, I think it's clogged or something. Or maybe I need a new tip for this one. It's got like little pieces of something on it. I'm trying to swipe them off on my sketchbook page. Maybe that's better. Oh yeah. I don't know. It was like clogged with something. I'm glad that it came off, whatever it was. There we go. Ah, that's much better. So guys, what did you think of the music? I don't know who's composing it. Was it good? Was it a good movie soundtrack? Or was it kind of... Some movie soundtracks are good, but they're only good in the movie, and then if you listen to it by itself, it's like, meh, you know? But some movie soundtracks, of course, are like, you could just listen to them by themselves forever and never need to watch the movie again or something. Okay. I think I'm done with the orca part. Like the orca itself. I'm satisfied with the marker on it now. Oh, but this little belly button. I wanted to put a little bit of extra dark in there. So, let's see. It's already C3, so I'm going to get the C5. I thought it was so cute when I was looking at reference images of orcas, and I noticed that they have a little belly button. Just never think about belly buttons on animals other than humans. But it makes sense because they're mammals. There. Haha, that's adorable. That's exactly what I wanted. Orca belly button. I don't even know if you can see. There it is. There's the little belly button. Okay. Oh, I do remember. I wanted to bring up that sunglasses picture that I had before because I realized I didn't put any shading on the bridge of the nose part and it looks a little too flat. So hopefully I can find that same picture or some similar picture. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, but So it's kind of like, it's kind of like this one. But it has little, where's the one I was looking at? I guess this one will work. I'll just look at this picture. That's close enough. But I've got a, how can I need to zoom in. There we go. Okay. How do I, okay. Open image and switch to the tab. There we go. I needed to zoom in. So this is the part I'm looking at where the bridge of, where the bridge of the nose stands out, and then there's some different shading from here to here. That's what I want to add into this. So what was I using? I was using hat and glasses. Cool. Okay. So C8, did I already get that out? Nope. Okay. Stepping away again. C8 I need. Oh, Sato Itazu. Hi! Oh, wow, that was fast. Just got the fireplace accessories. Now I'm driving back. Can't respond. Okay. I will just narrate like usual, and hopefully you will have a fun drive home. Or not drive to your home, but to your house sitting or whatever. Exy. I never knew they have belly buttons. Me neither. I was so tickled. That's the right word. I was tickled to find out when I was looking at the reference image, and then, you know, here's the belly of the orca, and I say, boop, there's the cute little belly button. I haven't looked into it. Maybe it's not a belly button, but it sure looked like a belly button to me. It was in the perfect spot. Okay, so the bridge of the nose thing is right about here. I'm going to put the dark, and then I'm going to take the light one. Wait, not that light. This one. And sort of blend it out to be a bit of a gradient. And then, yeah, it just blends all the way over back to the other side. Okay, and then the outside part is darker than the lens is. So I'm actually just going to take it all the way to the edge on this side. I might have blended it a little bit too much. Okay, oops, wrong side. Add a little bit back in right here. Just take this tiny bit. There. And now, so the lenses, the frame around the lenses is not dark all the way around, but it's like here and around the bottom. And then it's really thin. Hopefully I can get it thin enough. It's really thin across the top. Okay, I gotta move the reference. And then the outside edge is dark. Okay, now blend it. Blend it a little bit. And here, we'll use this lightest one to blend in the lightest area. Yes, it's starting to really look like sunglasses now. I'll do a little bit on this side too. In fact, I'll just do this. Okay, move my picture again. Okay. Okay, I'll use this one. Couldn't decide for a second which one to use, but I'm just gonna go for it. Use this one. And right here should be some shadow because that's where it's sitting on the nose. There, that's much more sunglasses-like. Especially this one lens that, dang, it just gets shinier and shinier. But yeah, now it looks like an actual lens right there. So what else? I guess since I did so much work here, I'll do a little bit of extra on the hat so that it doesn't look underworked compared to the rest. But the hat's not a main focus, so I also don't want to do too much. I'll just do a little bit. Oh yeah, it's so nice that just with shading you get formed to shapes. Yes. It's kind of hard though. It's kind of nerve-wracking compared to doing an outline. Outline is kind of safer. Feels safer, more control. With the shading to create form, you can overdo it or underdo it, or it can be confusing, like what do I need to do to make this happen? But it is satisfying when it works out. Thank you, art school. That's where all the life drawing and those super boring classes, especially the ones where it was a bunch of still lifes, I have to admit, it is extremely boring to just draw a bunch of bottles or a bunch of cardboard boxes with a light pointed at them. But it is useful. It's useful technical skills, even if it's not an exciting story that you're telling with your picture. I really like it. Oh, yay! I'm glad you like it. Especially because you've been watching this come together the whole time. Wow, I'm feeling really satisfied. I think maybe... I'm gonna look at it. I'll look at it a bit. I think I am satisfied with the marker on this now, because some things that I want to do, I can do with colored pencil or I can do with digital, whichever way I go. So now let's add the watery background. I have no idea how this is gonna work. I am just going to experiment and hopefully it will be cool when it's done. But with any marker thing, I always start from light to dark, so I'm going to start with like a really light, maybe like a greenish blue or some really light color, so that even if it doesn't look that great, it'll just be in the background and no one will notice. Unless they watch this video. Then they'll be like, haha, I know that you didn't like how that worked. Nah, it'll be fine. Either way, I'm sure it'll be fine. So let's start with a crazy light one. Just a really, 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 really light. Here's this BG10. It's like barely even. Super light. Let's start with that one. So BG10, blue-green 10. Blue-green 10. Exie, how are your spells and things going? Have you been working on those since Wednesday? Have you got a name for your blog yet? Remember, you were thinking of a good one. Taking your time to think of a good one, I think that's a smart thing to do. Okay, I'm gonna get some artist tape because I don't want this moving around too much once I start. It is still so nice to not have squeaky closet doors. I was just able to open my closet and I had no squeaking. They've been squeaky for all the years I've lived here. I thought that's just how it was. And then it got so bad recently. I'm like, okay, it's definitely getting worse. So out came the WD-40 and I didn't have to live with squeaky doors for years. I could have solved it long ago. Oh well, now I know. Ooh, you created the blog? You created the blog today? Can I see it? Is there a link? Oh, Notes of Viatrice Kitty. Or, I'm not sure. So I studied Japanese. I still study Japanese, so Kitty is how I would say that. But is it Kiri or Kiri? Kitty? Viatrice. That's a cool name. Or is it Viatrice? Ooh, I'm not good with... I mean, even with Harry Potter, they have different pronunciations. Like the first audiobook, the first US audiobook calls him Voldemort, like a French pronunciation, which was apparently the original intended pronunciation, Voldemort. And then the movies came out and they call him Voldemort with a T, like an English pronunciation. And then the audiobooks changed after that and they called him Voldemort. So it's like, there's always multiple ways to pronounce the same name. Basically, it depends on where you're from, I guess. Because I bet in Japanese it's like Boru de moru or something. Boru de moru. I bought the Japanese audiobooks. Or no, I have not got them all. Or did I? I have some of the Japanese Harry Potter audiobooks on Audible. Because I thought it would be a cool way to practice. Because I know the story so well, so even if I don't understand some words, I know the story well enough that maybe I'll learn a new word, or I can at least just keep doing my listening practice without getting distracted by not knowing what's going on, because I have read the English stories so much, and then I have intermediate level entering advanced level Japanese, so I can figure out what's going on well enough, I think. Especially because it's not like it's talking about economics or business politics or something, like some subject where I don't have any vocabulary in Japanese. Oh, good. Yay. Now I forgot how I pronounced it, though. Viatrice Kitty? Viatrice means traveler in Latin. I thought the person who wrote such things should travel a lot to explore. Oh, yeah. Interesting. It makes sense because we say via blah, blah, blah. Or like, I got there via bus. So by bus, and you traveled by bus. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I'm explaining why it makes sense to me. Kitty is a character I really like who likes to wonder about nature and observes it well. So I just merged them together. Ooh, makes sense. I'm glad I pronounced it right the first time. Kitty. Yay. Is it Viatrice? Beatrice. 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 I think I got it. Does that sound right? Beatrice? Beatrice. That's a cool name. I like that. I like that name. Beatrice Kitty. It's also cool because the first name is kind of longer and has more syllables, and then the last name makes sure it's not too hard to say because it's just Kitty. So it's like combining a longer name with a shorter name. Whew, I gotta be careful not to pull the other colors out of the Orca into the ocean. I just did it a tiny bit right there. Gotta make sure to color as close to without touching those other colors. Okay, let's see what that looks like. I think I'll pattern it all over as the first layer of background. Yeah, not bad. Except for the few parts where the Orca color got pulled in, but it's getting just a base layer for the background, and then I'll keep adding stuff on top. Different colors, and I thought this was a nice, I mean, maybe a little bit of this too, but definitely this one and this one I want to combine to get that oceany look. Okay, I'm trying to line this up good. Okay, I think that's good. Wyatress. That's true. You can say it however you like. It's Latin. Anyone who will argue about pronunciation, it has died hundreds of years ago. Yes. That is a good point. That makes me feel better about it. Yeah, maybe I'll say Viatrice because via is a word. Although sometimes I say via. Via bus or via bus. I'll think about it, as it doesn't matter too much. So you came up with the name. Do you have the URL and stuff, or are you still making the actual blog? Notes of Viatrice Kitty. Notes of. Yeah, I like that. It sounds like a fantasy book too, which I think is appropriate for magic spells. Magic spells and potions too, right? Spells and potions. Haha! I'm gonna click on it real quick. Oh, where's my mouse? There it is. Haha! Oh, look, powered by Blogger. So I think, well, I won't do it right now, but I think the, what am I trying to say? My blog is also on Blogger. That's what I'm trying to say. So I think I can add you to my watch list or something through that, I think. Well, I'll see. I'll look at it more after I'm done here. Made it. Good job. Good job getting home safe. I like the red and black color combinations. For my Orca, for my spy Orca, yeah, I couldn't not do a red scarf. It's just too, I love that. Well, red and black are still my favorite colors. Red is my favorite color, and then red with black and silver. Yes. Okay, I've got to do my best to get these little teeny tiny triangles here without touching. Hopefully it worked. Okay, this one's sticking out right here, but I'm just going to move the whole thing down, so that I'm not doing one and then moving the thing down and trying to move around it. Oh yeah, now that I have another row going, I think this is going to work out nicely. So let's see. I want to do it a little differently so it doesn't look like I'm repeating over and over and over. Maybe I'll even turn it upside down, because I don't want it to end up too rhythmic. I want it to still look organic like the ocean would look, or the light in the ocean would look. And then just one more row here, and then I'll do another color, and I'll probably do these shapes next. Tape really likes to stick on the marker parts. Oh, come on. Whew. Okay, for this one, I'm going to put it a little lower. And I don't want it sticking out too much. Let's stick out like 1/2 centimeter or something. There. I gotta move that so that I can push this up a little bit more. There. Alright, so right about here. Ooh, I'm starting to look forward to dinner. I ate a cookie earlier, but that's not really... I had a cookie with a glass of milk. That's not really that much food. He's starting to feel hungry. Ooh. No wonder I'm starting to feel hungry. It's already 4:16. So I've just got about 15 minutes until stopping time. Okay, then we'll do it this way for this last bit. Another little tiny triangle. Ah, okay. Yay. For the most part, I've been successful not drawing the color out into areas that I don't want it. Okay. Yes, feeling good about this. Here it is so far with just the super light blue-green. It hardly shows up more in real life than it does under the camera, because it's, maybe if I hold it at an angle, because it's so light that the light reflecting off the page sort of obscures it, but it's having the effect I wanted. It's looking pretty cool. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. See what the final result is. This is just like the last one with the tanuki, and I ended up having to do a lot of experimental stuff. And I thought it would be different this time, but nope. But that's good. It's good to do stuff that makes you try other things. BG10. And this is background. Haha, that's funny. It's BG10 for blue-green, BG, but it can also be BG for background. Okay. that one. Now, what color do I want to do on top? These interesting splotches. Another light color. I don't want to go too dark too fast. But should I keep it these blue greens or should I just go into the blue? But this is more like, makes me think of the sky. Unless it's something like this. Oh, frost blue might be a nice next color. Because it's still got a little bit of green tint in it. Yeah, I think I will. It's B00. B00. I don't want to go too dark too fast. Especially because I don't want the background to pop out in front of the orca. I still want the orca to be the main thing and the background is just supporting it. Not becoming a character on its own or something. So I'm going to have to move this tape onto this side. So I guess I'll get it where I want it. And right about there, I guess. And it's lined up pretty good. Boom. Okay, let's see what it's going to look like with another layer of color. My big dog Aoife is going in circles, repositioning herself in her bed to try to get more comfy. Oh, there. She plopped down in the little tiny circle. It's amazing how small she can make herself. Because she's like 65 pounds, so she's pretty big. But it's like she ties herself up in a little package. And all her legs are like, yeah, this is very small. Okay, I won't do these because I'll just bring this all the way over here. So I'm not going to do these ones yet until I move it over. Unless this feels like, nah, I'm just going to, I think there'll be too much of a gap if I try to, then again, okay, hold on, where's a ruler? I'm going to see. Reaching for a ruler. Ugh. Ah. Okay, got this one. Let me see, maybe this will reach. So it's about 4 inches wide. So if I place it right about here, oh yeah, I will fill this in then. Yay! So doing it this way, I only have to do 2 instead of 1, 2, 3. Just 8 minutes left, so I think that this might be where I stop after I finish this background. Finish this color. I think that'll be a good place to stop for today. And just trying to line it up. So even though I'm going for organic, I still want it to be, I don't know, it's in this rectangular format, so I still want it to kind of fit within that as well. Organic, but organized. That's what I'm going for. Or maybe it's like organic but ordered. Something like that. Yes. Organized. That is so good. I'm going to try to remember that and use it in my tweet after I'm done. It's organized. Yes. Organic and organized. I can't believe how perfect that is. I know you can't see, but I've got like a huge grin on my face right now because it's really good. I love that. What is that, a pun? I think that's what you call a pun. Either way. Play on words. Yes. Whew, it's a little bit tough getting in between these, the fringe on the scarf, but I think I managed it. I think I managed it all right. Okay. It's the top two, and then we'll be done for today. And depending on how I feel, might be done with physical media, because maybe next week I might want to just scan this in and start doing my digital stuff that I wanted to do. So I'm gonna move the tape again though. So I don't want to spend too much time. I want to make this a reward for my patrons, so on Patreon. So I don't want to take forever on it. That I'm hoping not to take as long as the Tanuki took. I think it took 7 or 8 live stream sessions. Plus, I worked on it a little bit outside of live streaming, and it's like, that's a little too long. Okay. Boop. I'm going to try to be mindful of the little splotches or whatever that I've already done. That one's right next to the head. But I don't want to avoid those because if I do, it could create an undesirable like halo effect. And I definitely don't want that. So just do my best not to color where I don't want it. I think I did all right. Now, I'm just barely going to be able to tape this on, but I think it'll work. There's this tiny little strip of paper still sticking out right here. This one is very thin right here next to the scarf. Almost too thin for the marker to fit. Seems like I'm going to be done exactly on time today. Yes, and then I'm going to have a delicious dinner. My stomach is like, blah. It's just constantly growling. I'm really looking forward to it. We're having vegan fondue. I've never had vegan fondue. I'm really excited about it. I love dipping in the like little breads and veggies and stuff in the cheese sauce. Okay. How's that, I think? Oh yeah, it's so far. It's got like a cool Arctic like. Oh, dang it! It's so light. It's hard for it to. Maybe you can kind of see. It's got kind of an Arctic Ocean thing, which is cool because a lot of orcas go up there in the super far north. Well, let's see if it'll focus. A little last look on the progress we made today. Got the marker on the orca done and got the sunglass lenses defined. That turned out pretty good. And then started adding some background stuff. Yeah, maybe I'll do the rest of the... I do think I want to add a couple more layers of blue to the background, but maybe I'll just do that off camera so that we can kind of hurry up and get on the... Because I don't think it'll take a whole stream to do that, and I don't want to try to switch midstream from physical media to my computer over there, which would be really hard. Okay, so that's it for today. That's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Thank you for the stream. You're welcome. Thank you for always joining me. Hopefully I'll see you next week. I'll be streaming again on Wednesday and Friday. Thank you for watching.